Welcome to Jerry's Pizza. We are the Secret Six. Thank you for coming out. You're going to enjoy this.
More about the Secret Six. More about us. Awesome. We're back from Bakersfield, right?
Oh, yeah.
We are.
For an extreme metal band that is up and coming, I guess, is what they say in the polls, but we'll see.
Well, it started, at first Scotty was doing some stuff for a book that he wrote, and I came and helped him finish some songs, doing studio work. He liked working with me, called me up one day about 6 months later, said, hey, do you want to write some crazy fast stuff? Started writing crazy fast stuff. Eventually, over time, other members became involved, and here we are now.
This is heavy metal, authentic heavy metal. I know it's a little bit misleading to say heavy metal these days. I mean, you could call it death metal or extreme metal, but we're tried and true. We play it how we feel. We don't care about what's popular or what's selling. Speaking for myself, and we go out and we do it. We have our own influences, and we throw it in a big freaking ball, and you have the Secret Six, VI.
I think we're trying to accomplish the old school way of writing with the new sound, and it actually works these days. Like back in the day where metal bands were like kind of catchy and like they had things that actually stood out, not these pretty vocals and then somebody screaming. We're talking about like Morbid Angel had riffs that people dug and they fucking got into it, and that's basically what we're trying to bring back because it's not there anymore, you know. So that's
Every one of our songs has an underlying groove, and if you listen to any of the most famous, the most successful bands out there throughout the annals of rock and roll or heavy metal history, that's what they've done. AC/DC, Scorpions, Manowar, Pantera, and we're following the same formula, only
the money riff.
Every riff is the money riff. Phil, that's a quote from you. My influence, oh my gosh, well geez. The top influence I would have to say as a whole, Manowar, Pantera, Scorpions, AC/DC. Yeah, go figure, death metal, huh? But I mean, I listen to bands like Manowar, and that dude Eric Adams, he could scream like no other, so underrated. And I could never quite emulate somebody else's vocals such as his. So I, over the years, developed my own technique, and I'm doing it in the Secret Six, which is more or less a death metal band, which makes it so unique, I think. But yeah, those bands primarily. Manowar, Pantera, Scorpions, AC/DC. I get to take a lot of my influences from those bands and musicians.
A lot of my influences are usually from a lot of different bass players. It's Les Claypool for me started the whole thing, and then Flea jumped into it. And then it just kind of went strange from Jaco Pastorius, if anyone knows that guy, to like, Victor Wooten. And then, the guy from Nuclear Rabbit, that dude's off the hook. And then it just started straying towards a lot of the more extreme, heavier stuff. I took a lot of elements from those, and I tried to make my own style, and I don't know if I have it or not. I guess I'll find out in time.
For me, it's all about Echo and the Bunnymen, dude. No, just kidding. I'm a huge death metal fan. I grew up with, Morbid Angel, Testament, the first record, and the more extreme, the better for me. Bloodbath is one of my favorite all-time bands. It's Catatonia and Opeth mixed, and it's just freaking incredible. But I mean, like, good friends of mine, but that's definitely one of my secret passions as far as music goes. It's so aggressive. I love it. The harder, the better.
For me, it's bands like, of course, got into Cannibal Corpse a long time ago, some of the older Sepultura stuff, and then from there it went a lot heavier. I got into bands like Origin, Nile, a lot of the tech grind bands, a band called Hinker from France, I dig a lot. Most of the really fast, off the wall, spastic, crazy stuff. But then I like a lot of groove stuff like Behemoth as well. So
Yes.
kind of, I don't know. It kind of floats around for me. So as far as my playing is concerned, I go with what fits.
Highlight, getting on stage, period. That's what it's all about, getting out and interacting with the audience, no matter how small or big. That's the highlight. That's always going to be, for me at least.
I think the highlight so far is our publicist has just got us in European market, and I just did an interview with Australia yesterday. Australia has been one of my all-time goals as far as playing. I played around the world, but I want to go to Australia so bad because they just played us in Perth, which is a huge fucking passion of mine. I want to go there, and I didn't realize it, but we were actually being called in while we were doing the interview, and it's just, that's one thing I want to do. I want to keep traveling the world, and I think it's like incredible. It's a highlight for me, for sure.
Highlight for me is, same as him, getting up there and playing, writing new stuff, seeing what tomorrow brings as a band, as a whole. I look forward to leaving this place and going somewhere else, playing in front of people that will hopefully appreciate what we have to
care.
To care, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll show up to shows.
Japan cares. I've been there. It's fucking awesome.
It would be nice.
They care so much, they're quiet. They're like, "Are you ready to play another song?" You're like, "Nah." Okay, yes.
For me, the highlight would be playing music that I have a big part in constructing, and the simple fact that I enjoy what I do.
We actually hooked up with one of Roy Z, the guy who produced our record, or our demo. His best friend, Dave Tedder, is one of the biggest publicists in the world, and he actually is working on Europe, South America, and Japan for all of us right now. And that's the interviews that we've been doing have been reaching millions of people, which is great. I mean, we still have a lot of work to do before we get offers, but it's still like, to get out there is the hardest part about this entire business, is to getting people to hear us, and it's such a fucking long road to get there. But once you get there, it's great. But it takes so much to get out there, and he's one of our biggest helps as far as that goes, because I don't know anybody in Europe. I don't know anybody in South America. I've been to those places, but I don't know anybody there, mainly because I was drinking half the time anyway. But but it's just, without exposure, we don't have anything going on. So he's the biggest part that we can ever ask for. The TV show is definitely going to be a huge thing for us. So it's what we really are striving for. It's a dream for everybody. So baby steps, but baby steps turn into ladders really quick. So it happens. Next thing you know, you're playing arenas. And that's how it happens. You go from doing nothing to everything in the blink of an eye. I've done it a million times. That's how it happens every time.
Come see us. When we're out there, come see us. You will not regret it.